Israel, a country of faith, unique landscapes, rich history and culture. This is surely on top of my most memorable travel experience ever. In this video, I will share my exciting travel journey in the Promised Land. From the security checks in the airport, the birthplace and hometown of Jesus, the lowest body of water on earth, and the amazing food scene in Jerusalem. So join me as we explore the Holy Land, Israel. We started our journey from the Ben Gurion International Airport. This gateway has the atmosphere of the old cities of Israel, which represents what you can see in the heart of Jerusalem. This airport has the strictest security checks I've encountered. Honestly, we didn't have the best experience on our first few hours in the country due to the long queue that took us about 3 hours to get our entry ticket. Well, at least they provided us free snacks while waiting for our entry approval. Bear in mind that you have to keep this entry ticket and show the border control upon exiting Israel. On our flight going back home, almost every inch of our belongings underwent a scan from a small handheld device, which took us a lot of time before we safely boarded the plane. This, however, didn't change the fact that Israel is still one of my top recommended places to visit. And I do understand the safety measures that they employ due to security threats in their country.
There's a place I have found in the shade on the ground.
We've faced many challenges on our very first day in Tel Aviv. Our day tour was cancelled with reality show-like running to chase our travel provider in the busy streets of Tel Aviv. We got so confused, frustrated, and tired on our very first day. Long story short, we decided to go back to our Airbnb, read a chapter from the Bible, prayed together, and asked God for guidance on our journey.
You wish you could fly, and in the distance I see someone waving at me.
After considering many options, we ended up taking a public bus to Nazareth, the place where the story of Jesus' conception started. After a long, stressful, and challenging day, God blessed us with the most unforgettable and delicious meal we had in our whole Israel travel. It still amazes me how God orchestrated everything, not according to our plan, but according to His, so that we'd be able to share our testimony of His works, His ways, and His timing. Without the challenges on our first day, our trip would just be ordinary and less memorable. Our journey surely didn't go well according to plan. Nevertheless, we are grateful for what God has taught us on our first day in the Promised Land. He reminded us to pause, read His words, intercede, and just really focus on Him before we explore this beautiful land. He reminded us to live by our group verse, Proverbs 16:9, that despite all our plans, He is the one who determines our steps. He is in control. He is sovereign. On our second day, we explored the culturally rich city of Jerusalem. I love the bustling, busy markets of Jerusalem, where you can find fresh fruits, Middle Eastern sweets, clothes, souvenirs, and almost anything under the sun. If you're planning to travel Israel, you have to take note that it is an expensive place. Though I was aware of it, I was surprised that prices are actually comparable to London. When people think about this city, it doesn't seem like a place to party. The old city of Jerusalem doesn't have many options when it comes to partying. However, the modern city of Jerusalem has a lot to offer. We enjoyed tasty kebabs and grilled meats in the streets just outside the walled city of Jerusalem. And the fruits are one of the freshest juices that I've had. It's also interesting how they sell their sweets in a different way. Price is according to weight rather than per piece or slice. From Jaffa Street to Zion Square, you will find tons of bars and pubs to experience the city's nightlife, especially on Thursdays, a day before Shabbat, the Jewish day of rest and worship. When exploring the old city of Jerusalem, I recommend visiting the Tower of David first as it gives breathtaking views of the places you'll visit in the old city. King David's tomb is not the actual site where King David was buried. However, Jews gather in this place to worship and read psalms written by King David. This tradition started in the 1940s when Israeli Jews did not have the access to their holy sites because of geopolitical tensions. Located on an upper floor of King David's tomb is the Room of the Last Supper. It is considered one of the holiest sites for Christianity in Jerusalem, since according to the tradition, it was the place where the Last Supper took place. The Via Dolorosa is translated as sorrowful way or way of suffering. Via Dolorosa is a processional route that represents the path that Jesus would have taken on the way to his crucifixion. According to traditions, the Church of the Holy Sepulchre contains two sites considered holy in Christianity, Golgotha and the empty tomb. The edicule is a small structure within the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. It encloses the remains of a cave that has been venerated as the tomb of Jesus Christ. Western Wall is a place of prayer and pilgrimage sacred to the Jewish people. The Western Wall is the only remains of the retaining wall surrounding the Temple Mount, the site of the first and second temples of Jerusalem, held to be uniquely holy by the ancient Jews. Jews lament the destruction of the temple and pray for its restoration. The term Wailing Wall were coined by European travelers who witnessed the mournful vigils of pious Jews before the relic. On our third day, we traveled about 10 kilometers south of Jerusalem to visit the city of Bethlehem in the central West Bank, Palestine. This is the Shepherd's Field, which is believed to be where the birth of Jesus was announced by the angels. In the Bible, we learn that the shepherds were the first to hear the announcement of Jesus' birth. You'll notice that this hill is free from any building structure and is preserved because locals believe that this is the path taken by the wise men to reach Jesus in the manger. Church of the Nativity stands in the center of Bethlehem, over a grotto in a cave called the Holy Crypt, where Jesus is believed to have been born. This important biblical site is shared by three churches today: Roman Catholic, Armenian Apostolic, and Greek Orthodox Church. Since 2012, the Church of the Nativity with a cave system is a World Heritage Site and was the first to be listed by UNESCO under Palestine. Bethlehem, the city where David came from and anointed as king, the place where the love story of Ruth and Boaz blossomed in the Old Testament, and where the shepherds received the good news. Bethlehem surely offers a spiritually rewarding experience to Christians, as it is where our Savior was born. Joyful and triumphant, come ye to Bethlehem. Come and behold him born. Palestine is one of the most interesting places in the Middle East. It has a very unique culture, history, friendly people, and amazing landscapes. Unfortunately, the state of Palestine is still not recognized by many countries, and people have gone through a lot of distress due to a never-ending geopolitical conflict. It is my prayer that this rich land will soon experience peace and harmony in the region. After Bethlehem, we went to one of the most unique places on the planet, Dead Sea. Dead Sea is a salt lake bordered by West Bank and Israel to the west, and the country of Jordan to the east, which you can see on the opposite side from where we were. From the shore, you can grab some sulfur-smelling Dead Sea mud and apply it in your skin. I really enjoyed this activity, and after our time in Dead Sea, I really felt that my skin became soft and smooth. This place might be called dead, but the tourism industry is surely alive and active in this place. The Dead Sea's extreme salinity excludes almost all forms of life, hence the name Dead Sea. Wonder why you can't sink in Dead Sea? Due to the high salinity, our body weight is lighter than the density of the salt water, and this increases our tendency to float. We really enjoyed our experience in Dead Sea, but it's time to go back to Jerusalem. Because we still got time, we plan exploring the other biblical places just beyond the walled city of Old Jerusalem. We walked down the Kidron Valley and enjoyed breathtaking views of both Mount of Olives and the walled city of Old Jerusalem. One of the most remarkable sights in all of Jerusalem is the enormous Jewish cemetery on the slopes of the Mount of Olives. The cemetery has been in use for over 3,000 years. Many Jews want to be buried here because, according to Jewish tradition, when the Messiah comes, the resurrection of the dead will begin in this place. At the Mount of Olives, we also had a chance to visit the Church of Paternoster and Ascension Chapel. On our last day in the Holy Land, we were supposed to go back to Tel Aviv and explore the vibrant city. But because we fell in love with Jerusalem, we decided to stay and check the historical city of David. It was a really good decision to stay, as we had a glimpse of the biblical times in the Old Testament and see all the archaeological discoveries that supports the truth of the Bible. also blessed to walk through the tunnel of Hezekiah, which was written in the book of Chronicles. We joined the people walking with us in the dark tunnel, singing Christian songs while our feet were submerged from the cold spring water. What a great experience indeed. Excavations during the mid-1800s uncovered numerous old passageways, artifacts, and remains. The Givati parking lot marks the largest active archaeological excavation in Jerusalem today and is continuously uncovering different layers of the city's life from the Middle Ages to the ancient times. What an amazing experience indeed. All problems and change of plans we encountered in this travel are truly part of God's plan to re-examine our hearts. All glory and praises to the Lord for reminding us that this trip is all about Him and not about how many places we would reach. He made all things work together for our good. God is in control. Israel, the promised land, the land flowing with milk and honey, a sacred site of Islam, Judaism, and Christianity. With all of its controversies and security issues, Israel is without a doubt an interesting destination to visit. History, faith, culture, amazing landscapes, and food. Israel will not disappoint you. Thank you for joining me in my Holy Land adventure. Comment down below which places you'd like to see yourself in Israel. Explore with me, explore with Matt.